Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name's Amelia and I'm recording my healthy weight loss journey, including sustainable lifestyle changes. This is my 1 month check-in. So 1 month ago we started out at 153.4 pounds, and today, which is our month 1 check-in, so it's about 4.5 to 5 weeks later. I kind of went by the month, so we started August 7th, and so it's around September 7th that these numbers are from. I am 6.6 pounds down at 146.8 pounds. So yay! I think I'm really excited to see this progress. I know I don't want to get super overly excited because I know that a lot of times when you make big initial changes, you can see that change right away, and then after a while you'll start to plateau. So I don't expect to see as severe of a drop each month as this, but I am really excited that it started off really well. So I have my before and after pictures here from month 0 to month 1. And I feel like you can't see too much of a difference, especially because we weren't too great at the angles. Sorry about the pictures. But I think you can see a bit in the side pictures, and mainly in the front view, you can see there's a bit more definition on my sides of my stomach, which is really exciting because I think a lot of where I hold my extra weight is in my stomach. There's still a little bit in my thighs and my legs and my face, I think, but overall most of the weight is in the stomach, so at least I'm seeing some progress there, which is really exciting. I am really surprised that I lost this much right away, and I'm surprised that I was able to stick to my schedule, right? To not have any snacks when I love snacks and I eat them all the time. And there were times that it was really hard where I just really wanted some Cheez-Its, or you hear me reference Cheez-Its a lot. That's because they're my favorite snack. I pass them in the grocery store and I'm like, I want Cheez-Its. But I was able to pretty much 100% of the time not have snacks. There were 1 or 2 times where I'm like, would this count? And so there was one time where we had a cookie with dinner, which if we had had it later, that would have been a snack, but we were like, it's part of dinner. And that's the one time that I'm like, I probably bent the rules a little bit for myself there. But in general, I wasn't going and having snacks every day, even after work or in the afternoon when I'm super nommy. That's my husband and I use the word noms, we want noms, that's snacks, and if you feel nommy, it means you feel like you want snacks. But anyway, so I feel like I did a really good job of just sticking to the 3 meals, and it helped that the meals were something that I really wanted. So I made sure to pick breakfast cereals or whatever, bagels, whatever I wanted that I liked. And then my lunches, I got to pick, from I wanted to do kind of a lighter calorie lunch, but I could pick from all the salads or all the soups or whatever I was having. So I felt like I had autonomy in that, and I think that helped it not feel like a diet. And then the dinners just felt really good. We're mostly using our meal kit, and I don't know, it just felt like I looked forward to each meal because I was hungry, but I wasn't I don't know, crazy complaining or oh, I'd rather have cookies or I'd rather have Cheez-Its, So I felt like it helped me appreciate the meals that I was having and the nutrition I was getting from those meals. So I want to talk a little bit about what worked and what didn't work for me and what changes I'll be making going forward. So I think it worked that we had the social event caveat of if you go out with friends or have people over, you don't have to feel limited to what you can have, and you can order a pizza, or you can have some cookies or chips or whatever. And I think that is the big thing that kept me from sabotaging myself, because it felt it didn't feel like I was giving in. It felt like, oh yeah, I'm allowed to have it. And if I was really craving a certain I don't know, pretzels or something, a salty snack, I could have it then, and then I wouldn't be thinking about it the whole week because I had some of it then. And we didn't have social events every week either, but I think because I'm trying to focus on making a lifestyle change, right? Something that like is going to be sustainable after I'm done losing weight, it felt good. It felt freeing to be like, yeah, there are occasions where it's okay to have these snacks. And it's, you know, there are occasions where you can have soda, and, you know, there are occasions when you can kind of indulge a little bit. And I think because I was allowing myself that, I also didn't overeat as much as I thought during those times. I think the first like 1 or 2 social events, I ate way too much, and like I felt sick from eating that. And then I started being like, you know what? There's going to be another social event sometime a week or 2 from now. Maybe I'll make sure to bring my favorite salty snack there, and maybe this night I'll just have a soda or something. I feel like it's really taught me to balance, which is interesting because I thought I would fall into that trap continuously of like just like stuffing myself during those social events with everything you could think of, because finally I could have it, but I wasn't feeling that. And I think it's because I knew that it wasn't off limits. I knew that there were going to be times where I was allowed to. And knowing that made me feel less desperate to have it, if that makes sense. It also really helped just having my husband do this with me. He's not as strict on the rules as I am. Like I have all my additional like rewards money goals of like, you know, only 1 soda a week, only 1 alcoholic beverage a week, like only eating out once a month, or like, you know, I have additional things which he doesn't, but in general he holds himself to the same standards. And like occasionally he'll be like, yeah, I was out, I didn't have time for lunch, so I went and got something for lunch for himself, and that's fine. But in general, having someone on the same page as you and like encouraging you and doing it alongside you, it's really encouraging, because I could be like, you know, 8 o'clock at night, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry, like I wish I could have a snack. You can be like, yeah, I'm hungry too, and like we'll just say that and like, I don't know, commiserate with each other, but like also not give in and like keep each other on track. I think it would have been way harder if he's like, yeah, too bad you can't have a snack, and was like eating, but he's not. He's like, you know, really working beside me, and helping me with that. So that's great. Another thing that worked really well was the addition of like seltzer waters, which I'd never been able to get into because I love soda, and seltzer water is not like soda. It's carbonated, but the flavor is so not sugary, not there. But I finally found some brands that I like. So I really like the Canada Dry, and their triple berry flavor is pretty good. Also their cherry pomegranate, I think. So that's really nice when like I'm craving soda, because I think I found I was almost craving the carbonation lately more so than the sugary taste. So that helped with that. And it gave me like, you know, it's 0 calories, and it gave me a sense of like treating myself for free almost. So it really helped when, it also helped my hunger. So like if I was really hungry in the afternoon, I know I couldn't have a snack, but I could have a seltzer water, which is water, and yeah, it's a little carbonated, but you know, it's 0 calories and everything. So that was actually really helpful. And also like tea was really helpful. Like I'm super hydrated lately because whenever I feel hungry, I just replace it with like tea or seltzer water, or after a workout, I try to have my Body Armor light peach mango drink, and like that's like 25 calories, and that's hydrating, and it feels like a treat because it's a little sweet, and so it helps me feel like trick my body into not being hungry, if that makes sense. So that's been really helpful as well. I think one thing that was too much that I'm gonna back off from is I was really only gonna have 1 cup of coffee a day, and I'm not saying I want 2 cups every day, but on days when like you just didn't sleep well and you need that extra caffeine, I think it's totally fine for me to just brew another cup at home or make like homemade iced coffee or something. I still think, you know, Starbucks or Dunks or like a coffee out only once a week. I think that's reasonable, but I think during the day, if I want to make my own coffee, I think I'm just gonna do it. I think unless it starts getting really like, oh, I'm having 3 cups a day and like super addicted, you know, then I'll cut back then. But I there was just 1 or 2 times where I was like, today's a 2-cup day, and I was like, I don't know why I'm like being so harsh on myself with this. Like it's really not the area I should be focusing on. So going forward, if I want a 2nd cup, I can make a 2nd cup. One other change that I want to make is originally we set going for a run to be a $5 reward every time I do that, because we thought like I would have no motivation and I would really need that. And I've been going like almost once a week now, and that's incredible because I couldn't have run a mile a year ago ever in my life, and now I'm running once a week, a full mile with no breaks. Like I don't know who I am. I'm seeing the most progress I think there, honestly, and I just know I'm still in like shock that I'm even a person who's going running. But yeah, so we're like, well, you don't really need a $5 reward every time because like you need less motivation for that. And so we bumped it down, I think, to $2 per run, which is still pretty good. But so that's where we're going to be going forward from. I think you'll start to see in like the month 2 videos, it becomes a $2 reward instead of a 5. As for my overall weight goal, we said we would check in at 15 pounds lost, which would be 138 pounds. So that is looking attainable. I think we'll definitely be able to get there. I was looking up like BMI and like before and after pictures and trying to get a sense of what less than 138 would look on me with my muscles. Very, very hard to figure out, but I'm thinking we might be able to go further than 138. So we'll check in once we're there and see where we want to go. But for now, we're like pretty close to 138. As for our like fitness competition thing, we could do, let's see, so in August I could do 1 pull-up and now I can do 3, so that's really good. I do a lot of pull-up type things in my aerial classes, so I think it's just that it has to be a full pull-up when we're doing these tests, and so my husband's like, you have to come all the way down, and I'm like, so it becomes harder, I think, because I was like, I can do more than this, but apparently my form isn't correct. For sit-ups, I could do 80. In August, we didn't count sit-ups, but we decided to add it for this month. And then in August, my mile time was 10 minutes and 55 seconds with a break. And then in September, because I wasn't taking breaks, I'm actually at 9 minutes and 43 seconds, which is really great. We are gonna add push-ups because I did 1 push-up in August and we haven't done them yet, so by the time I'm editing this video, I should have the push-up information, so I'll insert that there. But in general, we're seeing a decent increase everywhere for that, which is exciting, so that's good. As for measurements, apparently we're really bad at taking measurements because we're looking at these numbers and we're like, something's got to be wrong here. And I think it's because we tried to measure ourselves at the largest point, and then I think the largest point is like changing where it's sitting. I don't know, but I'll give you the numbers that I have just because, to be honest. So for me, my stomach went from 36 inches to 34 inches, which I guess is believable with 6 pounds. My bust went from 39.5 to 36. I think I measured something wrong there, but my thigh went from 23.5 to 23 inches, and then my bicep went from 13 inches to 13.5. I think that's reasonable. So yeah, we'll see what next month's measurements are and try to be consistent of how we're doing it. But I wouldn't take these super seriously. Take them with a grain of salt because I'm not super great at figuring this out. So going forward, I'm going to continue my weekly check-ins with my rewards budgeting, which you should see that I got my PopFlex hoodie, so I'm very excited about that. We'll keep going forward with that, and then I'll do another month check-in. I'll film that around October 7th-ish, and then we'll go from there and kind of compare the pictures just like this again. I'm doing really well. I'm happy with how I'm doing. I just need to stay motivated because I heard someone say like weight loss is simple, but it's hard and it's boring at its heart. It's like, you know, you got to do the same things, the same changes every single day. And so I just hope I stay motivated, and I'm a little worried with like the holiday season coming up in a few months. I don't want to see any regression there, so I'm a little nervous about that. So we'll see what happens. But otherwise, I feel really good, and thank you for coming with me on this journey. Have a great day. Bye.